Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Radko from Radko Tarot, and in this whole video we're going to look into Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, and as well Taurus Rising weekly general tarot reading September 27th up until October 3rd, 2021. And should you be guys interested in a personal reading with me, or if you do want to take my tarot classes, checking out the description down below is going to give you a link to my website where you can view and purchase either or both of these services. And if you do enjoy the content here on the channel and you do wish to support us, just leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss any of our weekly uploads or live streams. So with that being set aside, let's move straight away to Taurus reading. And the first card that you do, Taurus, have, that will be the Three of Swords, followed by the second card, which is going to be the Sun. Moving next, we do have the Four of Wands. And the last prime card for you, that will be the Judgment here at the last position. So it will be a week that's... how do I put it? A week of healing. It is the best way how I can put it here, because whatever happens at the start of the week is going to be the very last blow, so to speak, that you are to take. And from there on moving forward, you are going to swallow it. You are going to live through it, whatever you want to call it. Things are going to get better. And the best, I don't know exactly how the Judgment is going to play out. I need to draw the catalysts for that reason. But the Judgment could very well mean here, and that is pure speculation until I pull the catalyst, I cannot say. But the Judgment could be that you do realize at the end of the week that it was all worth it, because that is one big lesson you had to learn. So you can now set a proper goal, a calling goal, you know, a purpose goal, whatever you want to call it. So with that being said, let's jump into scrutinizing the reading. And the very first card, like we saw, that will be the Three of Swords, which is going to be catalyzed with the Ace of Pentacles. So we do have active enemies, and this is a very strong elemental dignity, and in the same time is very, how can I say, defined elemental dignity, which speaks about the realization that the goal cannot be further. You know, you ain't gonna have an opportunity to further thine goal, whatever that goal is, at the start of the week. You may try to reconcile, and you will come up to realization, for example, or you are gonna come up to an information that's a truth. It's not even a realization; it's a truth that the ex you want to end up with, again, it's now dating somebody else. So it's a crushing one, it's a crushing blow, but it is the final blow, all right? Whatever the case is, it's again highly likely that at the start of the week you will feel like, you know, the content is stripped, or the content, I'm sorry, not the content, but the content is stripped out of you. The enthusiasm is stripped out of you. The exhilaration is stripped out of you. Some of you may fall into a state where you may think that you would never be able to establish a good business if that's about your business. You will never going to be able to establish harmonious relationship once again. And this is where you couldn't be more wrong, because these are just only negative thoughts, guys, that are going to start twist and tangle your mind. But if you do focus on the future rather than feeling pity from the past, you will heal from it very, very quickly. In fact, the worse that week starts for you, the better it's gonna end. That is a property of the Three of Swords. The more the bone, the knife, I'm sorry, hits the bone, the better performance thou makes, and the better results thou accomplish at the end of the endeavor. And from there, the Sun card takes place, and this is the start of climbing up from the rock bottom. And the Sun is going to be catalyzed here with the Death card. So we do have active enemies once more. This time, aside from that, this is very strong elemental dignity. Simultaneously, it's a very good elemental dignity, which speaks that at this point, by you interacting with the environment, this is the only way how it's going to come about. When you do not close yourself within, okay, but you do start interacting with friends, with people, family, etc., etc., you will grow to understand that it was not your fault. Whatever you came up to a conclusion or to understanding, or whatever information came your way at the start of the week that made you feel bad in generally, it was definitely not your fault. And you do deserve more than that, so you don't have to change anything about yourself. Okay, I know that there are people blaming themselves for example, that they have been that they have lost their job, or that they have been left alone, and so on and so forth. Well, in this case, it's not your fault. It's either was not your thing to have, meaning that it was never being able to give you what you want, or simply it was not worth it. Either of the cases. But from here, those two cards are speaking that instead of trying to relive yesterday, or to recapture yesterday, which only gonna make you lose tomorrow, you will decide to actually live tomorrow. And from there, you're going to start developing and expanding energies of growth, and things are going to start developing very, very naturally for you, career wise and as well relationship wise. On a practical level, with these two cards, you can stumble upon a well-developing job. You can start dating or talking about a person that it has a full capacity to make you happy, and it's not going to have anything to do with what you have experienced beforehand at the start of the week. So it will be a replacement to what made you feel very, very bad. And the best about these two cards is that in order for you to experience all that happiness, so to speak, because that's how the sun stands. The sun stands for happiness. You don't have to change any of it, any of yourself. You just have to be yourself in order to experience it. And if you are trying to develop some kind of a project that is supposed to earn you money, and these Three of Swords has nothing to do with that project, okay, then most likely those money are going to start coming your way. And right after that, we do have the Four of Wands, which is going to be catalyzed here with the King of Pentacles. So we do have those two, which are active neutrals. And at these late stages of the week, you are going to actually, how can I say, you have already picked up yourself together. And now these late stages of the week, you are starting to identify important aspects of your life that needs to be attended to, like love-wise, and like career-wise as well. So these are all the important aspects that you have left overlooked because you were trying to catch on that thing at the start of the week that's actually turned out to be extremely fragile, and it simply was not meant for you. And as soon as you do start addressing these important aspects of your life, career-wise and relationship-wise, you are going to complete a rather cycles of developments there, and that will make you feel very happy. In fact, many of you at the end of the week will feel the need to celebrate. They have either liberated yourself from a toxic relationship, from a noxious person, all right, or from a very, how do you call it, plummeting job, so to speak, or a very, wow, the word just jumped off my mind. Staggering, probably staggering endeavor. And from now on, the whole thing is quite open for you. Now, in fact, that those two cards are neutrals, it speaks that in order for you to get a better achievements, career-wise or relationship-wise, you don't have to invest nearly as much as you have invested before. So the previous endeavor that you have been knocked off, thank God, drained you from resources, and now those resources can be placed in a much better way toward a much better endeavor work, career-wise, or a relationship-wise. And you are ending up here the week with the Judgment, and I'm quite curious with this one. The catalyst is going to be the Three of Wands. Yeah, it is just exactly how I do suspected that is going to be. So we do have a active supporters, and yes, you will understand that what happened to you at the start of the week, although it was rather crushing for many of you, thank God that it happened right there. You will understand that that was the best thing that could have happened to you, even through a rather unpleasant symptoms. That is because at the end of the week, you are going to see that your life now is developing exactly the way you want it and exactly as you are expecting it. You will find yourself, Taurus, on rather quite established patterns, very well defined foundations, and it's highly likely that at the end of the week some kind of an opportunity will be presented to you, not by somebody but from the universe. So it's an opportunity that does not depend on anybody, and it will be a challenging one, challenging in a very good way, challenging that so you can expand your limits, expand your capabilities. I don't mean challenging as a tough, as a difficult, and as a overwhelming, rather like problematic a opportunity. And at the end of the week, pretty much, Taurus, all of the pieces of the puzzle that you have been baffled by now are going to snap together. You're definitely going to know how your life is moving on from there on, moving forward. And I think that you're going to be pretty happy of it. And once again, whatever it is to happen to you at the start of the week, where you will feel down in the dumps, hitting the rock bottom with a very negative thoughts on your mind, actually it's blessing in disguise. So with that being said, Taurus, this was your weekly general tarot reading for a September 27th up until October 3rd, 2021. Hopefully you do enjoy it and you do like it, guys, and we are to see each other next time. Until then, bye.